It's 6:30, and I'd like to call to order the regular meeting for Tuesday, March 10th, 2026, for the Town of Cromwell Zoning Board of Appeals. Roll call. To my left, I have Joe Moran. To my far left, I have Joe Moran. To my immediate left, I have Karen Sullivan. And to my right, I have Dan Delisle. And from the town, we have Bruce Triska, Andrew
Armstrong?
Armstrong, and Linda Emmy. And thank you three for coming today.
And you are?
And I am John Keithan. So, thank you. Since we have no alternates to seat, we'll kind of move. Are you an alternate?
He is.
Someone like to make a motion to seat?
Motion to seat Joe Moran.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. And we have agenda. We'll need approval of the agenda. Would someone like to make a motion?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Before we open the agenda, is there anyone here that would like to say anything about anything that is not on the agenda? Seeing no one, we'll move right on. Bruce, do you have anything? Can we move right into opening the public hearing?
All right, you can get a motion to open it.
Make a motion to open the public hearing for application 26-02.
Motion to open the hearing.
Okay, so moved. Dan, would you mind reading this into record?
Legal notice, public hearing, Town of Cromwell Zoning Board of Appeals. The Cromwell Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing at its regular meeting at 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday, March 10, 2026, in the council chambers at Cromwell Town Hall, located at 41 West Street, on the following. 1. Application 26-2, request for 2 variances from section 3.1A.3 of the Town of Cromwell zoning regulations for the minimum side and front yard setbacks required for a newly constructed single-family home at 37 Coles Road, R25, single-family residential zone. The owner and applicant is John T. Donovan. At this hearing, interested parties may appear and be heard and written testimony received. The application is on file in the Planning and Development Department office at 41 West Street, Cromwell, Connecticut. John Keithan, Chairman. Dated in Cromwell, Connecticut this Thursday, February 26th, day 2026, and Thursday, March 5, 2026.
Thank you. Now we have a motion to open the, we did public hearing.
We
So,
did.
Mr. Donovan, if you'd like to, state your name and your address, I think you just want to tap the mic to make sure it's on.
Sounds like it is. John Donovan, 41 Coles Road, Cromwell, Connecticut. And,
We can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
Just closer to the mic. That's all.
John Donovan, 41 Coles Road, Cromwell, Connecticut.
You can also pull the mic out and hold it, I think, if that's any better,
Okay, thanks.
hopefully.
So I'm not exactly sure how this works. Do you want me to give my?
Yeah, if you
narrative
could
or-
just explain your situation and importantly, explain the hardship or hardships with the
Certainly, sure.
variances.
We took on this project, or I took on this project with a general contractor about 4 years ago. It was a foreclosed property. We had to demolish the house that was there. It had been in disrepair for years. And the idea was just to make something better there for the neighborhood. So as we progressed through, we had an initial survey done. When the foundation was set in place, we did it according to the initial survey. And then when we did the as-built survey, we had to get a different surveyor because the original one was not available. The 2 surveys did not match up. And that and the fact that the property has an odd bend to it on the southern side, the way the builders oriented the property, which you can see there if you have the maps, We had to orient the house to meet this, to face the street better. And it turns out that we were over the outside of the building box, both in the front and on the side. On the side is by approximately 6 inches, I believe. And the front, I think it's approximately 13 inches. So it's not a great deal. It's not infringing on anybody's property lines. I do have letters or emails from the adjacent property owners who support the variance. They say they have no problem with it. So I'm just hoping that we can get this variance so that we can get a certificate of occupancy and move on with the project.
Was there a variance before, when you had the initial survey done? Was that
No.
compliant?
It was, according to the initial survey, our builders thought that they had the place in the right box. When the second survey was done, the second surveyor's measurements were slightly different, and he cited the reason was lack of monuments in the area and lack of town records. So they couldn't, we don't know exactly where the property line is because of that.
So I guess just want to check the math here. So the side yard requirement for R25 is 20 feet?
Yes.
And you're currently at 19 feet, 19.3 feet. So
Yes.
it's, the off is 0.7 feet, which is about 8 inches,
Okay.
not 2. I know the numbers here. And then on the other side, the front setback from the street, 40 feet, you're at 33, so it's off by almost 7 feet, not 13 inches, so.
7 feet. I thought we went over something different, Andrew.
It was
So
40
your,
is the requirement.
your foundation was off by about 13 inches, but then we later found that your porch was on there. So we had you add that dimension on the plan as well as the table. So your minimum front yard dimension is 33 feet 2 inches to
So
the,
it's
to the porch.
So it's
Yeah.
the porch that's causing my mistake.
Okay,
Did not
just to make sure the
did not
documentation's clear, it's
realize
not 2 inches and 13 inches. It's-
Correct.
And to add clarity to your question that you had from Mr. Donahue about the original survey, the original survey that his builder submitted complied with the zoning regulations. So it was approved, went to the building department, and they began construction. And as he said, when the foundation as-built came in, that's when it was discovered.
Was
That
it,
it was
was
over
it,
the line.
was it approved with or without the porch?
It was approved without the porch originally.
Thank you.
Actually, are you sure? Because the porch was always part of the blueprint for the house, I believe.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I don't have the original plan in front of me.
Yeah, I don't either, so unfortunately my contractor hasn't.
And in the event that, as you said, that it was originally approved with the porch, then it would have been compliant behind the setback line, including the porch, not just the foundation, so.
Okay.
So the original proposal, regardless of whether it did or didn't include the porch, complied.
So, you said there was a house there originally, and it
Yes.
was bad shape, and you tore it down.
Yes.
Do you know when that was built?
The previous house? Maybe the 50s?
It was, I believe.
Prior to the regulations?
Yes, it was, I believe it was 1941,
No.
because we had to go and get asbestos checks on it and things like that.
So it was built, it was on the same exact spot that this one is?
I don't believe it's the exact same footprint, because the house.
They didn't
that we
use the
built-
same foundation?
No, we
No.
had to, the foundation was no good, we had to get rid of that too and pour a new foundation.
There
So
was
it
no-
might have been non-conforming to begin with.
There was nothing salvageable with the previous
No.
No,
building.
but I mean, the original foundation might have been non-conforming to the regulations when they were adopted, because this house was originally built before the regulations.
But I don't believe that the foundation was put in the same spot, so I think he lost his right to the nonconformity there in that scenario.
Well, non-conformity stays with the lot forever.
But he removed the
structure's
foundation. Once he removes the foundation, he's lost that right.
I don't know about that.
You mentioned that there were letters, because you are close to the side yard, you have some letters. I
Yes. I
didn't see them in the package, so I was just, is there
have
something?
copy, I gave them to Andrew, but I have copies of them as well, if you'd like to see.
Is there
if you
something
have the
we
letters.
should be reading, or?
I thought Jen had him in there.
Okay, maybe if somebody could just read them. and we could-
Might wanna read them into,
If you bring them over, we
I
could,
can
yeah.
read it
and we'll-
too, sure. All right.
And then you could have to submit them for the record, please.
that would be great. Thank you.
The first is an email from Timothy Ford, who is the owner of the property to the south side, and that's the property that we are encroaching on. I, Timothy Ford, am owner of the property located at 35 Coles Road. I received notification from John Donovan, owner of 37 Coles Road, that there is a meeting taking place regarding the placement of the newly constructed dwelling on said property. Please accept this email as confirmation that I, as the property owner of the adjacent lot, do not have any objection to the placement of the dwelling as it is built in relation to the lot lines. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact me via email at the above email address or via phone 860-970-2778. That's the first one. This is from the property owner to the north. I, Robert Hines, 39 Coles Road, have no problem with the location of 37 Coles Road as it was built. And then from Suzanne Rutner, who owns Northwest Children's Center across the street. Please note that I am supporting John Donovan's request, application 2602 for a variance at 37 Coles Road, Cromwell on the side and front setbacks of the yard. So that's what I have. Who would like this?
So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
so I got a question for you guys and John, but, so it sounds like the problem lay between the two surveyors and the discrepancy in why, non-conforming building was built and wasn't noticed until the as-built was done. I mean, it wasn't the town's fault.
Is that a question or
Well,
a
I'm asking,
statement?
it wasn't the town's fault, it wasn't something you guys overlooked.
No.
No,
No, as I said earlier, just to reinforce what Mr. Donahue said, the original plan, proposed plan for construction conformed
right,
and was thus approved.
that's what I caught,
And
yeah.
then midstream, changing surveyors, and then for whatever lack of, accurate monumentation in the area, in the record keeping in town books, in the town clerk's office, the second surveyor discovered, much to our dismay, that the approved plan was no longer in compliance because it's now over the setbacks.
Have the monuments be like more prominent and changed, because they said there was lack of.
That would really be a question for you, and I'm not sure if you can answer that on behalf of your surveyor or not.
The surveys were taken actually from property lines farther down the street. There are no monuments visible anywhere nearby. So I
That
looked
answer
for
your-
them too.
Yeah, I guess
Question.
there's no requirement for him to, that would be a town.
Well, it looks like
Right.
he went off the CLMP pole and the mag nail set that was in the corner of the lot by the street. At least for the front yard. One other thing, the, air conditioning unit on the side of the house, is that set on a concrete slab?
Yes, it is.
So that should have been added to the foundation, which would make the side yard encroachment more.
We have a provision in a regulation for, exemptions on the setback for certain overhangs, eaves, cornices, porches, equipment such as that.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that new?
It may have been in the revamp of, last year's regs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
But I would say it's not typical to measure primary setback for something like that, like an air conditioning unit or something. They're not really considered part of the foundation. They're more an accessory that may have its own
Yeah,
setback.
I guess it depends on the town. I know in Middletown, if the slab touches the foundation, it's considered part of the foundation. That's Middletown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they all do it differently. I think
Yeah.
Primarily, though, it's typically that case where it's not considered part of the primary foundation or structure. It's considered an accessory.
Okay. It wouldn't have been a problem, I just thought it might have been something that was.
Sure.
overlooked.
Point of clarification.
Mr. Chairman? The question I had was, when the first survey was done, submitted to the town, the town then approved it, and I just want to clarify it, with the porch, so the porch on the front side, frontage, the porch was included.
I don't
Yes.
have the original plan, so I
Okay.
can't speak with certainty to that. But as I said earlier, if the porch was included in the original plan complied with the building setbacks, and that certainly would have been included as part of the building, the porch.
Because the only thing that bothers me, I'm okay with with side encroaching on a side, but the front, everybody else, I mean, the front is the front. Regulation not, or yes or no, you can only go a certain amount from the frontage. Frontage is basically set in stone, so
When you say
encroach.
I'm sorry, when you say frontage, are you speaking to saying front setback?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm sorry, front setback, from the street. Sides, I could see that there is a problem, and you know what, for the most part, that to me is okay. But the problem I have is that everything else on the street is going by that same front setback. And it's all the way down the street, up and down the street. It's the same, I believe that it is the same front setback, right? That's why the regulation is there.
Right, that setback value for the zone is consistent lot after lot.
Right,
I don't-
okay.
I
So
don't know
that-
if there's a pronounced uniformity of alignment of all the buildings, if you were to cite them all the way down.
Right,
If
There's
some have slid back within that building envelope, if you will.
okay.
Perhaps there was a different front setback at one time in this zone. Other homes may be non-conforming. I don't know for sure what plane they all line up with, whether it's today's setback or if it has a staggered effect to it.
Thank you.
Yep.
So Donovan, did you have something you want to add?
The only thing is, I mean, if this variance is not granted, what next? Because the house is built. I think it was an improvement to the neighborhood. It's an improvement for the town, property tax wise. It would be a shame to just not be able to get a certificate of occupancy because of that and have an unsaleable property. I mean, then we'd end up with just another vacant house there, which was there before. So I think a mistake was made, obviously, by the builders. No denying that. But the question is, what do we do now about it? What's the best remedy for it, I guess?
Well, just for the record, financial, we appreciate that, we understand that, but just for the record, I guess for commissioners, financial considerations are not considered a hardship. So please keep that in mind. When you state a hardship on the record, it should not be for financial considerations.
Well, it's not even just financial. It's also because what you've got there is a property that's unusable, and is that what the town wants? That's,
But that's
that-
not
is
what
that-
we're
is that-
hearing here tonight. We're hearing your variance request,
Yeah,
not what, the town theory is.
yeah, it's just what's in the best interest of the town, I guess, so.
The survey that came with the packet. It has, this is the second survey as-built, right?
I believe so. Okay.
It has no seal on it, or statement.
I'm sorry, a CO?
Seal.
Oh, seal, okay.
I mean,
No,
he's
this
a-
copy
he's a-
does.
He's a licensed surveyor, I imagine, from the state of Connecticut.
And I'm very,
He
I'm,
should put a seal on it.
yeah, I've got a seal right here on this
You-
copy. So I think the smaller one, he probably didn't seal it, but I check that on every single plan that comes through our office, so.
I don't think we've ever seen a seal on our copies of.
Okay, yeah, and,
The large one.
right, and on your 11 by 17s, it may not have a seal, but when we get the big hard copies, the final plans, I make sure that everything is sealed on our end.
Okay.
Yep.
That's important to have.
Any other commissioner questions?
Just a comment that I think the letters from the adjacent neighbors are important, so thank you for that. That goes
Thank
a
you.
long way in, decision making.
Yeah, this is a unique and unusual circumstance, going from one surveyor to the second. So we just want to make sure we have all the questions answered.
Absolutely.
May I ask one more question?
Sure.
Mr. Donovan, the question I would be the one surveyor versus the other surveyor. Are we looking at, the difference was 6 months that he was not available, or are we looking at, 3 weeks and you wanted to get it done?
We're looking at more than 6 months,
Okay.
yes. And we were trying to wrap everything up so that we could get the certificate of occupancy. So the other one wasn't available, so we went with another surveyor that was recommended by our real estate broker, so.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bruce, Andrew, any other comments?
I have nothing.
No comments for me, no.
Anybody on the, open it up to a public hearing, but there's no one here to say anything else.
Motion to close the hearing.
Motion, second? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any commissioner comments?
I think we covered everything. I did.
Karen,
Do we make a motion to,
you want to make a motion to approve?
motion to approve?
Would you, do you want to read the? Would you go ahead and
For
say,
the
just read.
motion to approve, application 2602?
Any,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So, you have there you go, you have your approval. What do we say?
15 days
Wait 15 days.
after it's published in the paper.
15 days after it's published in the paper before you do any additional work or action, just to make sure there's,
Yeah, so that'll pass the appeal period after, 15 days after we run the newspaper notice. At that point, you will receive an approval letter from our department, our office, and importantly, make sure you file that on the land records. Your variance will not become effective until that's filed with the town clerk's office.
Very
And
good.
also, you may take down your public hearing sign.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Donovan.
Thank you.
One other thing too is if you ever want to do any kind of work to the house, be it adding on to the back or the side or even up, any kind of changes, there's a variance on that. You have to come back here to modify the variance. Some people, all of a sudden they want to put a deck on the back or, an addition for an in-law or something.
True. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Have a good evening, folks.
Thank you.
well, next on the agenda would be election of officers, but. Yes, ma'am.
Make a motion to table that till next meeting?
Second?
Sounds good. And next would be from Andrew about commissioner training requirements.
Yeah, so as we've probably spoken before, this is just a friendly reminder that you are required to have 4 hours of training as a commissioner, 1 hour being on fair housing. There are in-person opportunities, there are online videos that you can watch and send an email to me saying you've watched it. They're very good videos done by UConn. If you have any questions on that, please reach out to me by phone or email. I did, right before this meeting, just sent out an email that you should be copied on for an in-person training session opportunity with UConn in April and May. If you're interested in that, just reach out to us and we'll get you signed up.
It's up at UConn?
It's in Haddam at the
the
UConn
extension.
extension, yeah.
Yeah, that's where we did it before, the old Route 9.
Yeah, so it's good. You know, if you prefer in person, it's good. You can get a lot out of that. You can meet other commissioners there.
Other
And
towns.
yeah, and kind of, you know, speak with them, ask them questions. It may help you differently than doing it online. So there's lots of opportunities out there depending on how you want to do it. If you have any questions, just reach out to me.
Just two things on it.
Yeah.
When we do take the training, just send a note to Jennifer? Or
Yeah, Jennifer would work, or
Okay.
myself, and just give the details. You know, I, Karen Sullivan, attended this in-person training. It was this many hours on this date, just so that we have a record. And we'll save that email. We'll enter you into a spreadsheet that we're ensuring that all commissioners are caught up on their training.
Okay, it's 4 hours per year or 2 years? I remember
It's
one time it was
4
2 years.
hours per two or 3 years.
I think it's 2 years.
Two-
Okay.
2 years, okay.
Okay, one of the two. It's not per year though,
Not per
so
year, that's what I thought.
you will be covered.
I'm back at work now. Thank you.
Yep. So I guess moving on to transition to digital, I guess unless there were any other questions from anyone on training, nothing, okay. Transition to digital agenda packets, so this is something that I want to do to move us in a better, more efficient direction. And what I am moving towards is preparing a digital agenda packet that will be a PDF. It'll be just like this here, but it'll be in PDF form, and I'll send you a link. And it'll say, you know, ZBA agenda with the date, and you'll be able to read through it on your phone, on your tablet, at your house. Really, the paper packet system is very old. Not many towns are doing this any longer. And I know the efficiency that this could bring to our whole process, and I'm really excited about it. And I think that the commissioners, you all, will be as well. For some of you, it may be a little difficult at first because maybe you like paper packets, you enjoy that. If you really insist on a paper packet, I'll give you one, or we could bring a plan, the 11 by 17s here to the meeting and still send out the digital version.
Yeah, I was gonna ask for the plot plans, you know, 'cause
Yeah.
I'll bring my iPad and look through it
So
while I'm here
with
with the plot plans.
with the printed copy, would it be okay to bring it to the meeting, or?
Yeah, oh yeah, I don't.
Okay,
Yeah, as
wonderful.
long as there's a digital one I could look at home. but
Good.
When I'm sitting here, sometimes I like to.
Excellent.
Yeah, I
So,
would say the same thing.
good, and I think this will really be a good thing,
Save
and,
a fortune on paper.
yeah, and shipping and printing. I mean,
Delivering.
we really are spending too much on that, and I'm ready to change it. So as part of our submission requirements for ZBA, applicants will be required to give us all of their materials digitally in order to have a complete application. So when you get that plan, you should be able to zoom in on it and all of that type of stuff. So look for that. I'm hoping we can do it at the next meeting. That's my goal. And yeah, we're gonna transition to digital, so I'm excited about it.
Sounds like a great idea.
But you
Thank
never
you.
know when our next meeting's gonna be.
Right.
Could be
Gives me more time.
September.
More time to prepare. I think that's all that I have on that.
So for our next meeting, would we, if there was no applications, would we have it for officials or just table that till do the elections at the next time we have?
That's a good
applications?
question.
I would say that we should probably wait to hold a meeting until we have an actual application.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you guys have a strong feeling about it, that's just
No,
my
I think I'm gonna be
opinion.
missing the next one, but
Okay.
that's fine. That's-
Yeah, and I don't know of any applicants that we're working with at the moment that's
I
looking
don't
to
have
get a
anything
variance,
that's in the
so,
pipeline.
yeah, so we'll take it
Okay.
as it comes.
Okay.
So, great. Anything else on any
Not
other
that I-
comments
Not
on
that I
that?
can think of.
Moving on to the approval of the minutes. I don't believe we have enough people here to approve the minutes from January.
Sure we do.
You do?
Dan, myself, and Karen.
Nope. So I can just,
You only need 3 for regular.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from January 22nd.
I got,
Second.
problem. Wait a minute.
hold on.
Yeah, no, well, we have to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Got to open it up to discussion. So,
There's quite a few places Joe Corliss is mentioned instead of Joe Moran. Joe Corliss must have been on the board when I wasn't.
You're identical twins.
Not quite. Let's see, 1, 2,
3 different spots.
yeah, 3 different spots. Not a big deal. I don't mind.
On the second, may I, Joe?
Yeah, go ahead.
On the second page, about 3/4 of the way down, Vice Chair Delisle, and then that next line is a motion was made by Joseph Corliss. Should be Joseph Moran. On the third page, December 17th, 2025 minutes, motion was made, and this is
cross.
Matt Brown, Karen Sullivan, Joe Corliss. That should be Joe Moran. No, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yes. No, Joe Moran abstained.
Yeah, Joe Corliss shouldn't be on there.
It should be myself then.
Yeah, it should be you.
Yes,
Joe Corliss should say Dan Delisle.
yes. And then a motion adjourn, a motion by Joe Corliss, should be Joe Moran.
So do you want to amend your motion to approve it with corrections?
Yes, make a motion to approve the minutes with the amendments mentioned, with the corrections.
And Dan
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I just had one more thing I thought of. I just wanted to mention on the transition to a digital agenda packet. So when you get an email and it says agenda in the title and with the date, and it has the link in it, it's gonna appear as if I'm sending it to Jennifer Tranquillo, which is our secretary, and you're all gonna be on blind copy so that you don't respond to each other and create a quorum. It's just one of the practices that I have that I'll be implementing so that, so just so you know, it wasn't an error. It's just so that we don't start discussing applications by email.
We don't do that?
Well, we should.
And I guess a question that I had then, going with that, is when we respond to an email saying whether we're gonna be there or not, do we just singularly, or do we send it to all?
I would just reply singularly, and I think hopefully the blind copy is gonna take care of that if you accidentally do, or, but I think either way you'd be okay. I'd prefer if you do it singularly.
Okay.
But I'm hoping my safeguard is built in and will protect us.
And if you do have questions about whether or not we're gonna reach a quorum based on responses of other members, feel free just to send Jennifer or Andrew or me a email or call and just say, how are we looking for the meeting?
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All right. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I felt like that in our office the second half of today. It was really hot.